You are now listening to Extreme Cinema with Andrew Legank and David Lawler. If you like sex and violence, evil brunettes, and angelic blondes, then stick with us as we debate some of the best and worst of action and exploitation filmmaking.
Welcome to Extreme Cinema. I'm David Lawler, and I'm joined by Andrew Legank.
What's going on, you motherfucker?
All right, it sucks. How are you? Merry Christmas, Andrew. It is Christmas Eve.
Merry Christmas. It is Christmas Eve.
We're pretending it's Christmas Eve.
Yes, it's sort of Christmas Eve. It's kind of Christmas Eve.
The elf is not on the shelf yet.
No, the elf has been on the shelf all month.
He's been watching you with his little camera.
The elf isn't in the closet yet for the rest of the year.
So last year we did to cheers and applauds, applauding the Die Hard Christmas special. Now we're going to be doing the Die Hard 2 Christmas special because this is another episode that takes place around Christmas.
You folks demanded it. You demanded it, and we're delivering.
You demanded, yes. And the show's been rather popular of late. The last two episodes are extremely popular.
How popular is extremely popular? Like 5 people instead of 4 watch it?
Good numbers, good numbers.
Really? Like 6?
High numbers.
7?
Yeah, no, 9, Andrew, 9.
Oh, 9.
We got 9 viewers.
11. What do you think this is?
Despite your protestations about Anna Nicole, she is very popular.
You're not getting double digits. What are you talking about?
Double digits, actually. Getting close to triple digits. But Anna Nicole really took off a lot quicker than Harvey Weinstein, which is interesting.
Funny, you think with all that added weight on her, she wouldn't be able to take off so easy.
I'm going to have to throw in a sound effect.
Maybe I'm a little bit
sound effect of that one. Okay, so we are ready to roll Die Hard 2, and as before, let's try to get this right. It's a 3, 2, 1 click situation. So 3, 2, 1 click.
3, 2, 1 click, and not 3. It's 3, 2. It's not click on 1. It's click,
no.
3, 2, 1 then click.
3, 2, 1 click.
Okay.
Like that. Okay, are we ready to go?
All right, let's do it.
We got the movie on. You got it ready to roll. I'm ready to roll it. All right, and in 3, 2, 1, click.
Click.
And here we have the 20th Century Fox logo.
There we go. The beautiful 20th Century Fox logo.
Now,
the old one that doesn't show quite as much as the new
Yeah,
one.
are you noticing this? This is not a full widescreen Fox logo. It's like they basically just sort of squeezed it, or not. They cropped it.
It's almost like it's from 1990.
You can't see like the platform. There's a platform going around it.
You see more platform in the later versions of it, yes.
And this, we have black screen, of course, and there is the Die Hard logo.
Boom, Die Hard, boom.
And we're going to go inside the A. And
we're going to jump right into the action.
Right. We have a car with a Virginia
Renny
license plate.
Harlin style.
Yes, Renny Harlin. And here we have, we are launching right into this. His car is being towed by this dude. I've seen so many movies.
Yeah, he's a dick.
Wait, the cop or the actor?
I don't know. I don't know the actor. No, he always plays a dick, you know.
He is, okay, if Dennis Franz's brother.
Yeah, Dennis Franz is in this too.
That's right. Yeah. He is, okay, Robert Costanzo, Sergeant Vito Lorenzo here.
It's a plastic fender.
And so, okay, here we're getting the exposition, which is McClane is explaining that he used to be a New York cop, then he became an LA cop, then he came back to Washington for some reason.
Because we need all this. Yeah, he's in Washington visiting his parents.
Oh yeah, okay. He's visiting his parents, so he's an LA cop right now.
Yeah, he's an LA cop. He moved to LA to be with Bonnie Bedelia.
Wait a minute, does he have to? I mean, does he have to stay out there and become an LA cop? He couldn't be a New York cop for this movie? That's unusual.
Well, he went through the whole thing. They reconciled. They got back together.
But she wouldn't
move. They're not going to do it from 3,000 miles apart, you know?
So she wouldn't. He saves her life. He saves all these people, and she wouldn't transfer to New York?
Well, that's why she never did another Die Hard movie after this, because she's a bitch.
Well, I mean, like, if you remember in Die Hard 3, we hear her voice, but it's definitely not Bedelia. It's like this New York broad saying, "What the fuck, John? What are you doing here?"
You stupid fucking cunt.
I was told because I asked. It's like, because when they were shooting Die Hard with a Vengeance, I was like, "What is Bonnie Bedelia? Bonnie Bedelia's in it?" You know, and they're like, "No, Bonnie Bedelia will never be in another movie with Bruce Willis ever again." I'm like, "Why? They will not tell me."
Oh, here we got some more exposition. We are delivering a drug lord.
Bill Sadler naked yet? Ooh.
No, we're about to, I think.
Yet. That's later.
No, this is it, I think.
Here we go.
We're going to see his naked butt.
Bill Sasdy.
Oh, there's his hands. Oh, yeah.
0% body fat.
And a nice tan line.
Yeah.
See, you can tell he's evil, apparently, because he's doing, like, Tai Chi, naked.
Evil high cheekbones.
Now, Bill Sadler, he was Grim Reaper, right, in the Bill and Ted movies.
I will.
From what I understand.
In the second Bill and Ted movie, yeah.
He's on the cover, yeah. He's on the cover of the poster for that movie.
He's actually one of the actors that I've always liked a great deal, and I always watch for him especially in a major role in a movie. I always grab it and check it out because he's an interesting actor.
Yeah, he was in Shawshank Redemption, remember?
Yeah, of course.
He had some kind of he was like slow. He was a little slow.
Another one of those.
Look! Did you see the little Tai Chi remote move there?
Yeah, the Tai Chi remote move is pretty cool. You know, that just shows you right there that he means business.
Yeah, he's got something up his sleeve. He's got like a bunch of guys who dress just like him.
That's what I really like about Renny Harlin. It's the subtlety.
Well, look at how quickly this is moving.
Yeah.
This is moving very quick. I think
Patrick is going to shoot up any second now. We're going to take a look at a very young Robert Patrick.
Oh, look, there's Vondi Curtis Hall. There's Robert Patrick. Ooh.
There he is. Yeah.
The sitting duck.
A sitting duck. That's like his only line. In the
Hey, what do I look like to you? A sitting duck.
Sitting duck.
I want to say the black gentleman there, Vondi Curtis Hall, also became a director.
That's right. He did.
Vondi, yeah, he directed that Mariah Carey movie, Glitter.
Oh, okay.
But also, he was the guy who was not. Oh, there's Bonnie, looking beautiful. Actually, they know how to shoot her in this movie.
It's like put her in a chair and tell her not to move.
Do you remember? Okay, Vondi Curtis Hall was the guy who was not economically viable in Falling Down.
That's right.
The guy protesting because he lost his job.
Like ER or something too.
Yeah, I believe he was. Anyway, yeah, they actually finally made Bonnie Bedelia look attractive in a Die Hard movie.
Well, she was only in these two, so.
I think she's really kind of sexy. I don't know, especially in this movie.
All right, I don't have anything against her. I just know that, like, I always wanted to know what they had against her, like what the deal was, like what happened.
Well, you got to consider Bonnie Bedelia kind of came up with method actors in the 70s, and so she was in a lot of like personal drama type movies. So she always thought of herself as a serious actress, and she's kind of being relegated to damsel in distress in these action movies in the 80s and 90s. And she probably was very uppity about it.
She talked some shit about him in a couple of interviews. I know that.
Well, about Bruce?
Not about Bruce, but about the movies in general.
Yeah, but this is like, she's probably still getting good money from this shit.
Probably.
Oh, I had one of those. I had a stun gun that looked like that. It did not look like that when you hit the button, though.
We have one that looks close to that.
They are like deathly illegal here in New York, but I still have it. It doesn't. I don't think it works.
They're totally legal here. We can do whatever the fuck we want.
Well, I think it was given to my mother after she was mugged when we were living in Philly. Like her neighbor gave it to her.
Colonel Stewart.
You know, I've seen you before.
TV. I've been on TV too.
So he's like, I swear I know that guy.
Wow.
He knows him too. He's looking at him.
Wow. He's been on TV. Maybe I should check out his ass.
Oh. I don't know why I'm getting static here. Okay. That's not static.
It's Bill Sadler. He's just too big for your headphones.
Little interference. Oh, this is sad. This is the poor man who's just watching after the church.
Yes. Just guarding the church, eating his soup, minding his own business.
You know what this would be now? He would be looking at porn on his computer, jerking off.
Yeah, probably. Yeah. They wouldn't be able to contain themselves. They would have to put that in there.
He didn't even make that soup. That's canned soup.
It's canned soup. Off with his head.
That's canned, like Campbell's
he would have
soup.
Been dead from Campbell's poisoning in any few minutes anyway, so it really doesn't matter. That
everybody's watching this news about Esperanza, I think is the name.
Well, Esperanza, it's big news. I mean.
So how do they know there's anything wrong with that? How does he know there's nothing wrong with the power? He lets these people in. They don't even flash a badge or an ID.
Well, they're wearing like orange, and they asked him if his refrigerator was running, and he said yes.
You're not gonna fall for the banana in the tailpipe?
Okay, we're back at the. Oh no, we're in the church. We're still in the church. He's about to bite it. This poor guy. Now, Renny Harlin directed this.
Renny Harlin directed that. Explains like all the bright colors and smoke and stuff.
It's pretty good. Oh, he's about to. Oh, there he goes. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Merry Christmas. That's what he gets.
Joyous Yuletide.
Oh, that's a nice shot. And then we see a close-up of his eyes in a second.
Yeah.
Yeah, there he goes. Pretty eyes. Blue eyes.
Yeah, very nice.
And also Esperanza, handsome guy. Gotta say.
That Esperanza. He's a real looker.
So Renny Harlin now directed this. The first movie, of course, directed by John McTiernan, and the third movie would be directed by McTiernan. But Harlin gets in here because this was when Renny Harlin could do no wrong.
He was like the it guy in Hollywood. You know, after he made, the best movie of his career, which is The Adventures of Ford Fairlane, like everybody wanted a piece of Renny Harlin in Hollywood.
Yeah, his first movie was Born American in 1986, followed by Prison in 87, Nightmare on Elm Street 4, The Dream Master in 88, Ford Fairlane, and Die Hard 2 in 1990. Oh, Cliffhanger. Ooh, damn. That was a damn good movie. And I got to say, you know, a lot of people hate it. I do like Cutthroat Island. I thought it was a lot of fun. It was kind of, they were going for like a progressive feminist thing by having Gina Davis as the hero in a pirate movie, and Gina Davis was married to him.
Yeah.
And they almost look alike. They were both very good-looking, tall.
Yeah, Nordic-looking people, but she's a little slightly less Nordic-looking than he is. But yeah.
But what they wanted to do was, I mean, like they had Michael Douglas signed for Cutthroat Island. He backed out.
Modine. They got another Michael. They ran.
He backed out
Michael
because
off.
they rewrote the script to make Gina Davis the hero, and Matthew Modine will say yes to anything.
Right.
So he winds up kind of being like the damsel in distress, apparently, for this movie. And then after, well, I mean, Cliffhanger
was
is
ahead
just
of
fantastic.
its time.
I guess it was. And then there was Long Kiss Goodnight, which I saw in the movie theater. I really enjoyed that too.
That was okay.
But unfortunately, because those two movies were kind of flops, he didn't get another movie for another 3 years with Deep Blue Sea, which I also enjoyed. He was very good at making popcorn movies back then.
He's all right. I have some, he's always had some tone issues. He's never, I don't know. I still think that Adventures of Ford Fairlane is my favorite one of his movies.
This is how cool
I
Bruce
like this
smokes
movie,
a
but I
cigarette
don't.
here.
I have my disagreements with how it's structured and put together, and the script is haphazard. And some
Which
of the
one are you
lines
talking about?
terrible.
Are you talking about this one?
Talking about this one? The one we're watching.
Oh, there's the piece of shit cop again.
Elvis Presley.
Yeah. So he's not going to talk to these cops because they have an attitude problem.
No.
It seems like a lot of shit is going. This, like, Washington D.C. has like 3 or 4 major airports in its vicinity. They couldn't they couldn't hold off and do a private airport for this thing with Esperanza.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
I mean, in the middle of Christmas season, and look at how chaotic it is. You never see airports look like this anymore. Now everybody is in lockstep. Nazis are running the show. You've got the TSA everywhere. It's impossible. You're not going to see these crowds anymore in airports.
Yeah.
Fucking you. I love that line. It's like, can we have a few words? You can have 2. Fucking you.
I think you do still see crowds in airports, just for the record.
Yeah, but I don't think it looks this chaotic anymore. It's just not this chaotic with these people. I've been to airports since.
They're just crowds. They're just in line, waiting for the
They're
TSA
in line.
to feel
They're
them
in
up.
line,
That's
and
all.
they've got these like security people who basically, I guess, showed up to be employed, going through your bags, making you take your shoes off and shit.
To go back to 1990, where you didn't have to go through any of that shit, you could just wander around and have a shootout in the baggage compartment.
Yeah, they don't even let you buy shit. I mean, they don't even let you bring your own stuff in. They don't bring in your own food, your own beverage.
I fly all the time. I know.
And this is all under the pretense that it's not secure. And it's
his door.
Because I want you to open it up.
Because I want you to open it up.
Hey, wait a minute. That's not a Washington, D.C. badge. I'm not just going to open this door for somebody who says they're a cop. But, okay, never mind. This guy makes $20 a year. Do you think he cares?
Yeah, he's like, who? What was I doing again?
I like his sweater. I really like his sweater.
And here we go with all the bright lights and the steam. Because, there's always steam going off in the baggage compartment area.
Is this really what a baggage compartment looks like? I mean,
no, this is what it looks like in Renny Harlin's Nightmare on Elm Street 4 Mind.
Look at it. It's got a conveyor belt. It's got things going up and down. It looks like something out of Terry Gilliam.
Yeah.
Close your mouth, Bruce. Jesus. See, look, there's a bunch of people just surreptitiously doing shit.
Well, they're doing bad guy stuff. Dave, come on. Get with the bad guy stuff.
Excuse me, that's not a Washington, D.C. badge, so we don't really have to answer your questions.
Sure, yeah, we sure.
Yeah. It's pretty cool, though. I got to say, gunshot explosion type stuff.
Yeah, it's great how they all miss each other.
This is great. See, Bruce Willis really sells this shit because you believe him. You actually believe him when he's like back.
You believe him more in the first one because it's kind of silly here, and that's another problem I have with Renny Harlin's movies, that the action scenes are badly blocked a lot of the time, and it's almost like a crappy B movie where like you can't figure out what's really going on.
Yes, I don't know where anyone is in relation to anybody else.
Yeah, I know none of this. Like, what is this room?
Who is he firing at? I mean, like, what is he firing at?
Yeah, really.
That old lady's medication was in that bag.
Yeah.
Fuck, he dropped his gun.
Yeah.
There's Vondi Curtis.
Vondi Curtis. He's going to live. The other guy's going to buy
golf
it.
club. Yeah.
Sorry, I spoiled it for you.
Well, no, it's okay. I mean, Sadler, well, he gets sprayed. Vondi Curtis gets sprayed with something in his eyes, right? And then Sadler later threatens to kill him.
Did he ride a bike into him or something?
Something like that, you know.
I am a chain belt.
He's going to pick up, I don't know what's going to happen. Is it hairspray? I hope it's not hairspray, because that's terrible. I mean, that shouldn't happen to him. He's a little bloody there. Oh, yeah, look there.
Somebody died. I felt so. Boom! And what does he do? He doesn't shoot the guy. He shoots the can.
Yeah. That would be incredible shooting if he meant to. It's it's cool. It's just cool to look at. Lots of Dutch angles going on here. It's
fun.
It's also it's very well lit, and there's some good shadow.
Oh sure, no, it's beautiful looking. It's just a little comic booky and a little silly, and it doesn't put together well because you really have trouble figuring out where everything in this room is.
So it's okay. Let me get back to the script was written by Stephen E. D'Souza and Doug Richardson, based on a book.
58 minutes.
58 minutes, which really had nothing to do with Die Hard or anything. They just sort of took the situation from the movie and applied it to a Die Hard movie. They gave it the Die Hard formula.
And they put a bunch of hackneyed one-liners in there that don't play that well. And oh no, my hands are getting burned! Ow! Ow! Ow!
Oh, but he fell into luggage, conveniently placed luggage.
God. And now. Like, that didn't hurt his hands permanently for the movie or anything.
No. Oh, there's your bicycle.
Oh, it's a girl's bike. Perfect.
Does he... Oh, look. He even honked a little horn. Before he did.
You got the little bell going. Oh, that reminds me of that thing from Naked Gun with the pillow. Nice guess, asshole.
I'm a cop. That was the bad guy. What does he say? On its way to Cleveland?
On its way to Cleveland.
We're back on a very beautifully shot airplane here. Northeast Airlines.
Second unit was rocking.
Oh, yeah. Okay, now this is another contrivance. How the hell would he be on the plane with her? And also, how do you handle a restraining order on an airplane?
He has no dick.
My name is Peck. You can believe Mr. Pecker.
Yes, it's true. This man has no dick.
So, yeah, he has like a restraining order
against Bonnie Bedelia for decking him at the end of the first movie.
Even though he kind of like endangered her, endangered their family.
I could see. I don't know. I think it's a fun little thing that they did here. He just happens to be on the same plane.
But they didn't do this again for Die Hard 3. I mean, they didn't bring back Reginald VelJohnson, and they didn't bring back William Atherton for Die Hard 3.
Well, how are you going to bring back VelJohnson? I mean, like they barely can manage to pull it off in this one.
So what did he do in Die Hard 3? Did he break up with his wife and then just come back to New York to be a cop there? Can you do that if you're a cop? Can you just be like, I was a cop over here, I'm transferring over here?
Yeah, you can apply for a job. They might not give it to you, but you can apply for a job.
I mean, I think if you're like, say, Chief Brody, you're a New York cop, you might have a shot at getting a job as a sheriff in Amity. Or you might, if, like, who's the other guy from Stranger Things, Hopper.
Yeah,
he was a
could
big
maybe
city
get
cop, and he becomes a small-town sheriff, too.
You know, he beat the Upside Down, so yeah.
Yeah. Have you finished watching?
Oh, yeah, I finished it.
So what'd you think?
It was good.
Right.
It was good.
Ooh, dead guy.
Yeah, definitely dead guy.
Yeah, it was a good season. It was a lot more going on. A lot more money was spent. Obviously, they had a bigger budget.
The first one was more in love with the '80s, and I liked that better. But it still was good. I'm waiting for season 3.
Yeah, season 3 looks to be a lot of fun. Right now, what we're looking forward to in January is we're looking forward to seeing The Alienist.
Really? Okay.
I think it's on either TBS or TNT, and I think Bronwyn read the book, and she's dying to see the show.
Cool.
So it looks interesting to me. Plus, I got to say, Dakota Fanning turned into a real babe.
Yeah, she is kind of hot.
She irritated the fuck out of me in War of the Worlds, but otherwise she is. Yeah. All right, what are we doing now? Oh, this is where
we've got a compass, and this Colonel Stewart has a compass.
He's gonna pull a real douche move here by pointing the gun at Vondi.
Yeah.
And then pulling the trigger. And he says, "The next time you fail me, the chamber won't be empty," which sounds like something Darth Vader would say. He smiles too. I mean, he's smiling. Sadler's smiling. He's such a sicko. And look, he's smiling again. He is a really great mustache twirler. Is there a reason for why they're doing this? They said something about how Esperanza is unfairly being
The reason
imprisoned.
they're doing this is because they're the bad guys in this movie.
Yes, but they have some kind of logic for why Esperanza is not a criminal but a hero. They call him a hero or something.
This is a Renny Harlin movie.
All right, here we go. This is our boy Dennis.
Yeah,
oh, man.
Dennis Franz, Carmine.
I love Dennis Franz.
What sets off the metal detectors first? The lead in your ass or the shit in your brains? He's a wonderful character actor. He started out in a lot of like Brian De Palma movies, and then he moved on to being in other movies, and then he was in NYPD Blue, and he was really one of the... I don't like his naked butt.
I knew when I saw, because they said NYPD Blue was going to be like the first primetime television show to have nudity, and I was like, please don't let it be Dennis Franz's ass. And then he fucking takes his pants off. I'm like, oh shit. I had to look at his ass. I don't mind looking at Amy Brenneman's ass. I don't mind looking at Sharon Lawrence's ass. I don't mind looking at what's her name, the other one, the blonde, the really good-looking people.
What was that movie where that woman
Gail
goes,
O'Grady.
Oh, that Harvey Keitel. I don't like him. I don't like his penis.
Which one? He's shown his penis in so many fucking movies.
It's
his
not
first
even
major
noteworthy.
role, he showed his penis. He did this student film with Martin Scorsese called Who's That Knocking at My Door, and his fucking dick is in it.
From the fucking petting zoo.
He's got like chaos. How come they don't have extra help? They're trying to run things like it's completely normal. Oh, it's snow. It's snow. Did it snow down there?
Yeah, it did. We had a little snow.
Yeah, we got our first snowfall here. It's very nice, and we put the tree up, and it's gorgeous. Everything is very nice. Turning out well.
The kids did a little snowball fighting and playing and stuff.
I love snow. I love what I love about.
$1.50. Lame scripting.
I don't know. It might not be the same where you live, but up here, well, you remember how the first snowfall in New York City was. It always gets so quiet because of the snow.
Well, it always gets that way after any large snowfall. Yeah.
It's so wonderful. You feel like you're out in the middle of nowhere, even though you're in the middle of the city.
Yeah, I always liked that. That was always a nice thing.
It's the day after when it turns into slush that it becomes a nightmare.
Yeah.
All right.
See, here the day after's quiet because it's just dead. Nobody
This
goes
guy,
anywhere.
oh my God! Can I just say the black police officer? He has some really fucked up skin. I never saw it before because
no HD.
Yeah, and also widescreen.
Shit in your brains.
I never saw this in widescreen before getting this DVD. So I mean, like before it was pan and scan.
Everybody's heads cut off.
Yeah, everybody's heads cut off. You would think even in the widescreen it would make a little more sense. She is really cute, this one. I like her face.
Yeah.
She's the one who flirts with McClane, even picks him up, tries to pick him up.
Yeah, and he's like, just the facts, man.
Hey, you can't do that. That's not a Washington, D.C. police badge.
Pad. Give me that back. He's harassing
Look. He's flashing his badge again. Excuse me, sir. You're not a Washington, D.C. police officer. I don't understand. Why aren't they
I don't believe that. You're some kind of weirdo.
And also, Dennis Franz's explanation is it's just too busy, so we can't do this here. This is such horse shit. They do this. They have, in New York airports anyway, for as long as I can remember, they always had a police station.
Always had fingerprinters?
Yeah. It's a crime scene. He was bitching about it.
No, of course this shit is silly. Whatever.
Oh, these guys are going to die soon, aren't they?
Probably. We're safe all the way.
3.5 hours.
We have 3.5 minutes to live.
Oh, there's our gorgeous bad guy. Again, Renny Harlin casts people for their eyes. I know he does. He's like an eye guy.
Fair enough.
Oh, this poor guy. All these kids are gonna die. So this is getting back to Renny Harlin. He disappeared, didn't he? I mean, he really doesn't. He's not like out there in the limelight anymore making.
I
movies.
remember seeing some. He's done some small movies fairly recently, but nothing. Definitely nothing like what he used to do. Like he just kind of.
These are all of these are nominated Golden Raspberry Awards for Worst Director. It's weird. Legend of Hercules from 2014, Exorcist: The Beginning, which I saw, which was the second version of that movie. Paul Schrader directed the first. The studio didn't like it, so they brought Renny Harlin in to recut it and reshoot it.
There you go.
But I love Deep Blue Sea. That's really one of my favorite. We're not happy with
Paul Schrader. It's like, let's bring in that Alan Smithy guy to check this out and fix this movie. How about Tommy Wiseau?
You're lying. I never hit you.
He seems to be directing some TV now. He directed some show called Graceland, some show called Covert Affairs, another show called White Collar, and he directed a couple of episodes of Burn Notice, and I watched that. I did watch that because Bruce Campbell was in it.
You're talking through Reginald Vell Johnson's cameo.
Oh no! Get that Twinkie out of your mouth.
Yeah.
Fuck. It's Reggie Vell Johnson, fresh from Family Matters, eating a Twinkie. There's sunny. Okay, this is the difference here. You got sunny California, and you got dark and murky Washington D.C. Mm-hmm. Why? So let's talk about the man that is Bruce Willis. Why is he so appealing to the ladies?
I don't know. I never.
Sanyo. Nice product placement there.
Yeah.
Fax machine. Cowboy. Called him Cowboy. This lady actually tries to pick him up, which is pretty fantastic.
Yeah. It's just like that stewardess in the first movie who was like giving him fuck me eyes on the like way out the door.
Oh yeah. Oh man. I wish I could remember what she looked like. Was she good looking?
Kind of looked almost exactly like this chick. Might have been the same chick.
Well, they should have written that in. They should have been like, hey, remember me? I was in L.A. Jesus Christ. Can you just put down the Twinkie for a second? Oh, my God. I'm fresh out of chlorine. Look at that. See?
He's a fan.
Those are those fuck me eyes, I think is what you said.
Yep. Fuck me eyes. Yes, sir. The late, great Fred Thompson.
Oh, goodness gracious. Man. He was in everything. Wasn't he also in The Hunt for Red October?
Yeah, he was.
Yeah, he played some kind of a bigwig commander.
Yeah.
It's like back 'em, stack 'em, and rack 'em.
Yep. Back 'em, stack 'em, and rack 'em.
Now, he was a senator, wasn't he?
Yes, he was from Tennessee.
Tennessee, where I lived for a little bit. Check here. I want to look up Mr. Thompson.
Fred Dalton Thompson.
Fred
Ran for
Dalton.
president in 2008 as well.
Where are you, Fred? Okay, there you are. Yes, there's his picture. United States Senator from Tennessee, in office from 1994 to January of 2003. He died 2 years ago in November. He was 73. He died in Nashville.
Yeah.
And he was preceded and succeeded by Joe Lieberman. That's unusual.
Wait a minute, what? Joe Lieberman?
Yeah, Joe Lieberman in office. He was the chairman of the Senate Governmental Affairs Committee. And probably another outsider getting into the fray and, being pushed out.
No. When the Democrats take over, Lieberman's in charge of the committee that he was in. That Lieberman's gone now, but he was. He was not preceded because it was a Republican that won. I think Bob Corker won that after he left.
Corker?
No, Bob Corker won that later. Somebody else.
Isn't Corker another name I keep hearing popping up in the news?
There's Corker and Alexander, the senators from there. Alexander might have come along after him.
Ah. It says here. Let me see. Okay. Where's his film career? Show me his film career.
He did Law and Order. He did all kinds of stuff.
He was in No Way Out. One of his first roles was in No Way Out.
Right.
With that's the one with Kevin Costner, right?
It is.
Fat Man and Little Boy, Hunt for Red October, Days of Thunder, Die Hard 2, Flight of the Intruder, Necessary Roughness, Curly Sue, Class Action. I remember that movie with Mary Elizabeth Mastrantonio. He was in Cape Fear, Aces, Iron Eagle 3, Thunderheart.
Thunderheart.
White Sands, also
White
directed
Sands. Wow.
by the guy who did No Way Out, I think. Roger Donaldson, I think.
Yeah, that was Roger Donaldson, yeah.
And let me see. In the Line of Fire, I remember that one.
Oh, yeah. That was a good movie, actually. I enjoyed that.
He was in a lot of things, and, he continued to act even as he was senator.
He did. Then he took that cushy Law and Order gig, and then he ran for president.
That's right. When did he run? What year was that?
2008.
Okay, so he ran against either Hillary or Obama.
No, he ran for the Republican nomination. He didn't get it.
For the nomination, so he lost to McCain?
Yeah.
Huh. All right. Okay, and need to get back to the movie here. Oh, okay. He has a great line here where he says, "That's what I said about my last cholesterol test." Oh, we're looking at that badge again.
Yep.
Fracas with minor thieves. LA don't mean shit. That's pretty good. How did they get this information so quickly, though?
He got it from Al. You've been talking. That's why you didn't hear it.
No, I know he got it from Al, but
There's
how did
Al
they
Powell.
get the information so quickly?
He's friends with Al Powell, the Twinkie guy.
So if I ever need
John Leguizamo, it is.
Is it?
I think so.
Really? So
Yeah.
okay, if I needed information quick on anybody in the world, I'll just call
Al, the
I'll
Twinkie
call
guy.
Al and
Call Reggie Bell Johnson.
He'll hook me up.
Yeah.
You're right. That is John Leguizamo. He's listed in the credits. How about that?
Wow. That Renny Harlin, he knew how to cast him.
Now, okay, the script requires everyone around McClane to be idiots. And McClane has to tell people.
Except for Mr. Annex Skywalk, the black dude. He's
yeah. Annex Skywalker. That's his name, too. He's a Jedi, Annex Skywalker.
Beacon. Who says it has to just beep?
Where are we going to get those searchlights? Borrow them from Batman?
This town needs an enema.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, he's the techie. He's like the Lucius Fox of this whole thing.
And he was in the movie, you ever see the movie Downtown with Anthony Edwards?
A long time ago.
He plays this stereotypical black boss of the captain who's like yelling at everybody all the time.
Mm-hmm.
But he just doesn't fit that role because he seems like such a nice guy. Like he's screaming all the time, and it's just not him. He's more like this guy.
Yes, his name is Art Evans, the actor.
Art Evans. Yes, Art Evans.
And he was in, that's right. He was in Class Reunion. I remember because he was like National Lampoon's Class Reunion. He plays like a pothead. And he was also in Into the Night, Fright Night, JoJo Dancer, Ruthless People, another personal favorite of mine.
Oh, he was great in Ruthless People. I love Ruthless People. One of the most.
He was one of the cops, right?
Dale Launer, huh?
He was one of the cops, right?
Yeah, he was. Yeah.
Like when they're using the bullhorn and they're saying, "All right, put the gun down and come out quietly," and Bill Pullman says, "Who said that?" And then he looks at him and says, "This guy may be the stupidest person in the world." He was also in White of the Eye, School Days, The Mighty Quinn, Downtown, as you mentioned, Trespass. I remember that movie. I think William Sadler was in Trespass too.
Bill Sadler was in. Yes, Bill Sadler and Bill Paxton.
Well, they were both in that. Both. Okay. Yeah, you're right.
Paxton. Yeah.
Yeah, they're firemen. Yeah, that's right.
Wasn't that directed by Robert Zemeckis or something?
Yeah, it was directed by Walter Hill.
Walter Hill.
It was produced by Robert Zemeckis and written.
Right,
it was written by Zemeckis and his writing partner Bob Gale.
Full fucking movie.
Actually, I really enjoyed it. I remember liking it a lot. Except Ice Cube's in it. I can't stand Ice Cube. I like Ice-T. I just hate Ice Cube.
Kind of like Ice Cube. I don't know.
I don't like him. Why is he always so fucking angry all the time? He's a fucking multi-millionaire. He should be smiling, but instead he's trying to palm off this attitude.
Smiling in barbershop, kind of.
He wants to be like an angry black man, and he can't be because, this country's been very good to him. He doesn't suffer from white privilege. And he goes and lectures Bill Maher on the use of the N-word. Just shut the fuck up. I mean, I hate people like that. I hate when people are given so much and they want to act like they're angry. It's just, you don't own that word, Ice Cube. I'm sorry, but you don't. You don't own that word. In fact, if I may...
Oh, no. Obviously, you just lost the satellite feed. Okay. That's racist.
Thank you. I'm here all week. Look, if you listen to my podcast, listen to the David Lawler podcast, you'll hear me unload on everybody.
Did you just swallow me?
Okay. I'll have to listen to that. I'm dying to hear that.
You'll love the gender fluid Santa. That one comes out next week.
Oh, the gender fluid. Gender fluid's great as long as you change it every 3,000 miles.
That's really good. All right. You're here all week, too, apparently. Try the veal. All right, now they have set up an incredible base of operations in this church, and he's going to start.
Kind of impressive. They have the blips, the swips, and the crips.
It's kind of sad because you could probably rig all this up on your laptop.
Yeah.
Oh, you need one of those really awesome maps. Look at those maps. Oh man.
Yeah, you see they're like up in there in the wall, like so that they can shoot cool shots with them. He has a big clock.
See, that's a blue screen shot. That's got to be a blue screen shot with the tower.
Why?
The snow coming in.
Outside couldn't possibly be real.
No, that wouldn't be real. They built this and they put it on a soundstage. This is the budget for Die Hard 2 is $70 million. A lot more money. This is more than twice the budget of Die Hard, and It was one of the first movies to use computer animated digital effects.
Really?
With the explosion at the end, which we'll get to eventually, but. Yeah, that was the first time digital animation was used. Remember, this is 1990. This is before T2. It's before Jurassic Park.
Right.
The Abyss had toyed around with morphing effects,
right.
But this is one of the first major releases here. And it cost apparently because I don't know why visual effects cost so much, but that took a sizable chunk of their budget as well. But there's a lot more at stake here in Die Hard 2 than there was in Die Hard 1. Die Hard 1 was isolated. It was a skyscraper. You had...
Yeah, there's a whole fucking airport and all these planes full of people.
Yeah, and you got a lot more speaking parts going on. You got a lot more big action going on.
You got a lot more character actors.
And while it has a lot of holes in it, and there's a lot of logic gaps, it's still a fun movie. This is still a fun movie.
It is a fun movie. There's a lot of logic gaps. There's some silliness. There's some bad one-liners, like really bad one-liners.
Mm-hmm.
But it's still fun.
Oh,
get ready!
Why is he yelling at him? If I were Fred, I'd be like, why are you yelling at me? Oh, here we go. He's going to do his thing.
The Anakin Skywalk.
His name is Mr. Anakin Skywalk. there is another Skywalk. Anakin Skywalk, he overhears it. He's like, Anakin Skywalk?
Anakin Skywalk! Anakin Skywalk!
Oh, for Christ's sake, get her the fuck out of here. What are you doing here? Get out of here.
Pinko bitch.
Doesn't he calls security? He says, get your thumb out of your ass and get these people out of here.
Yeah, for shit's sakes.
You know what? He's a rent-a-cop. Fuck him.
Yeah.
I like, I do love Dennis Franz. But what was I saying? Okay, I mentioned this before when we did the first Die Hard movie. This was actually the first Die Hard movie I saw. Because we didn't really, I kind of had a problem being homeless in 1989. Really couldn't see the first Die Hard movie.
Well, it came out in 88. I mean, come on.
Yeah, but again, money problems.
Yeah.
And it was around this time, actually. Tomorrow, 29 years ago, we were evicted from our house and we're homeless. And we were homeless for about nearly 2 years before we managed to pull ourselves out of it.
Wow.
But after that, we got to play. We learned how to negotiate. See, the problem with New York, and I say this in my podcast, the problem with New York is they never want you to be living comfortably. They want you out on the street for some reason, especially back in the late 80s, early 90s. We had a mayor at the time, Ed Koch, who denied the homeless problem. I mean, he completely denied it. New York was turning into a cesspool. It was really it was cleaned up a few years later after Dinkins left. So it was a really bad situation for a lot of people, and the economy was shitty, especially with, I'd say 92, 93 was probably a living hell for most New Yorkers because the economy was so terrible, and Bill Clinton was basically giving handouts to welfare queens as a response to the homeless epidemic. So a lot of people who had it was very close to turning into what San Francisco is now, which is you have employed, able-bodied people making good money who cannot afford to live there. They're living in tents, for God's sake. That was about to happen to New York.
Yeah, well, all you have to do is pile up 50 of them to a fucking apartment like they do now. I don't know.
Yeah, that's why they'd rather have, they'd rather have 14 unregistered, undocumented immigrants earning minimum wage to pay rent than, 2 or 3 people with decent paying jobs.
You dare call me
because they're more scared of being thrown out, so they'll do anything to hold on to their shitty apartments.
Thankfully, I don't have to live there.
What you did for 28 years, so nah.
Yeah, wasted 28 years. I know.
You actually lived in a very nice apartment.
I did.
An apartment building near Riverside Park, which was like right across the street from projects. It's so strange.
Yeah.
So you're paying rent, and then other people aren't. So, there's Marvin.
Yep. Marvin.
Now I've seen this guy in a million things too.
Yeah, he's been in lots of stuff.
He usually plays like a psycho heavy type, but this guy's a good guy.
He's usually like a weirdo. He's Cecil from True Believer. Cecil Skell.
Well, that's another guy we have to do, right? The guy who
Reuben.
Joseph Reuben, right? We have to do True Believer. I want to do Sleeping with the Enemy because that's exploitation too.
Yeah.
And maybe The Good Son and Money Train, something like that.
Yeah, Money Train. Yeah.
Got to get on the money
train. Yeah, that was a movie that should have been much better than it was.
What was that? What was that? Wesley Snipes and
Woody Harrelson. Yeah.
And Woody Harrelson. Aren't they the white men can't jump dudes?
Yep.
No.
It's white men can't ride the train either. Apparently.
Were they both in that? No, they were both in. No, Wesley Snipes and Woody. Wait. I'm gonna have to check.
I think it was both of them in Money Train too.
Let me check. No.
We're missing Fred Thompson's moment.
Oh, okay. I remember. Wesley Snipes and Woody Harrelson were both in the movie Wildcats, the Goldie Hawn movie where she plays a football coach. Yeah, so they're kind of like buddies, I guess. All right, where are we going here? So like I said, Die Hard 2 was the first movie in the series that I saw, and then my friend Colin brought me the VHS. He had a VHS of Die Hard, watched that, loved it, got into the action movies around that time. Around the time I saw also Cliffhanger came out. So, when Die Hard 3 came out, I was there, front row. I saw it like 3 times in the theater.
Yeah.
Opening night, it was fun. Oh man, going to the movies back then was fun.
It was a lot more fun than it is now.
It certainly is. You know how much Star Wars is costing me? It's like I'm seeing it. I'm seeing at the RPX theater, which is it's a theater where you get to select your own seats and they're comfortable chairs and all this stuff.
Yeah, I saw that. That's where I saw. I saw that I went there tonight. The RPX. Yeah.
It cost me $65 for 3 people.
Yeah.
I don't know how much it is in your neck of the woods.
It was $37 for 2.
Oh, come on, man. Are you kidding me?
What?
Might be one reason to move down there right there. That is, if I went to the movies that often.
I don't. I mean, I don't go very often at all. So my house is way more comfortable than the movie theater, no matter how much they fucking make the seats comfortable.
Hmm. So you saw the Disaster Artist in RPX?
Yeah.
Where do you like to sit in the movie theater when you get to select your seats?
I like to sit kind of towards the back, usually in the middle, but Heather usually has some other plan. So.
Oh, there's Robert Patrick.
Tells me. Yep, Robert Patrick.
He's gonna get his line.
Sitting duck.
Hey, what do I look like to you? This guy has a mullet too, right? The guy who says it. Yeah, he's got kind of a mullet rocking. He's rocking one. Hey, asshole.
A sitting duck.
Oh, right in the head.
Oh, yeah.
Don't you always know? Do you ever get this feeling that whenever somebody shouts, hey, asshole, they're talking to you? So you turn your head and you go, yeah. He should have been like, hey, asshole, suck a bag of dicks. But most quote Louis C.K. Still funny. I don't care. I don't care what he did. He's still a funny comedian. What is this propensity for jerking off in front of people, though?
I don't know
just
what
don't
it is
get
with
it.
them and they're jerking off.
What are movies going to look like in 20 years? It's just going to be like a bunch of people jerking off in corners.
No, they're not going to be allowed to jerk off anymore. It's going to be like...
I've been telling actors and fellow filmmakers and stuff, now is the time to make movies. Get out there and make movies because these people aren't going to be working for at least 5 years. After 5 years, a lot of this will blow over and they'll probably be back. But now is the time to get your stuff seen because if you can keep it in your pants and not harass people and be a good filmmaker, you're going to go places.
Yeah, well, there's a little more to it than that, but sort of.
Well, no, I mean, think about it. Think about the liability that Harvey Weinstein carried with Miramax. I mean, they had a system for him in place. You know, if he got caught once, he had to pay a fine. If he got caught twice, he had to pay more money. And he apparently just every day is just a rotating thing of paying off people who are harassed.
Yeah, I know.
Uh-oh, Patrick's about to buy it because you know Leslie's not going to die here.
Yeah.
This is... Some of this is a little unbelievable.
A little bit.
Just a little. It's nice, though.
Oh, he missed.
This is the Annex Skywalk that everybody was talking about.
This is the Annex Skywalk.
And Clamp. Luckily, all of this sort of delayed... Leslie Barnes from going over there because that thing was about to blow up. So this kind of saves his life.
Yeah.
This is ridiculous. Not one bullet hits him.
Well, you know. It's a movie.
I had an idea. What do you think about next summer we do, just as a summer treat, we do Die Hard 3. Die Hard with a Vengeance, because it's a summer movie.
It is a summer movie. It's not a Christmas movie.
Like sometime when it's really hot. You know, like say in July or August.
Okay. Yeah, sure. Why not?
Maybe if I even make a pilgrimage down.
Just as long as that's the last Die Hard, because they start to really suck after that.
Yes. Yeah, I don't want to do anymore. We could probably do it in person.
In fact, that one sucks about halfway through. I think the first half of Die Hard 3 is awesome. The rest of it kind of sucks.
I think the minute they left New York City...
Exactly.
Yeah, that started to suck.
That's when they start following the script and like it starts getting all fucked up.
Because that's a great thing. The movie is so fantastic. In New York, it's all handheld, and it's just beautifully put together. And it's probably actually better than this. I'm going to kick your fucking ass. Hey, what? Why'd you do that? What are you doing? Strangling somebody over there?
No, just moving around. Sorry.
You fucking die! Fucking die already! Anyway. Oh, he's dead. Boy.
I guess you're not gonna kick my ass anymore, huh?
Oh, they're coming toward him. Back
No, there's bodies.
Oh, there's Leslie.
Art Evans to the rescue.
See, the thing is, okay, Bruce is always right, and still he has no credibility with these people.
It's true.
The only people who believe him...
Yeah. Boom.
Now's no time for love, Bruce. This is kind of like when, I think in Kevin Smith's movie Dogma, Alan Rickman tells Jay to cover his ears because Alanis Morissette's about to scream.
Right.
And he's like, what the fuck? And Chris Rock and Salma Hayek could just grab him and just push him down into the ground.
That was a good moment, like where he points the gun at him and he's like, "Whoa!" It's like you are supposed to be a professional, right, John?
Mm-hmm. Time we don't have.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, here we go. Here's Atherton again. Dickless. What does Holly have there? Does she have like a little laptop or something?
I think so.
Did they have them back then?
Sure.
I have a very old laptop somewhere. It's very small and it's very heavy and it's a brick and it runs Windows 3, I think. But it doesn't really do anything. I mean, you can't do anything of what you can do on computers now.
Yeah.
It functions as a really good word processor. I'll give it that.
I had one. I'm looking it up right now. I had a Delphin DTR1.
Oh, wow.
That was in 93.
Let me look that up. I want to see what it looked like.
DAUPHIN DTR1. It was so small. It was almost like a tablet is now, and it used a pen. It was really cool.
Oh, what was the number again?
DTR1.
DTR1. Let's see. Wow!
It was so cool.
You know what that looks
way
like?
ahead of its time.
It's interesting though. I mean, it's not really like it doesn't look like a laptop per se. It looks, because the pictures I'm seeing, the screen looks detached from the keyboard.
It is. It can be detached. Like it did. Yeah, it's detached.
Oh, so you
hooked it in, but yeah.
And it ran Windows. Then it ran.
It did. It ran like Windows CE or something like that.
Oh wow! Wait, what year was that?
93.
Holy shit! What was the processing power?
It was shit, but I mean, like it did everything I needed it to do, which is mostly word processing.
I mean, well, it was probably megahertz, right? What, like, was it like 100 megahertz, 200 megahertz?
Look. It was 25 megahertz.
Oh no! 25.
4 megabytes of RAM.
Oh, 4 megabytes of RAM. What? How much storage space?
It had a 20 or 40 megabyte hard drive.
Wow. Well, also back then, I mean, it took forever, of course, but, pictures and video weren't really that high up in the.
Yes, you didn't need that space. That's why Bill
now
Gates
you do.
And then, like you would never use a gigabyte of space,
It's really something to look at there. It's really small too.
It is.
You could probably just carry that shit around,
McLean, you messed up there, friends.
See, look at that really ugly guy with the slick back hair. Oh my god.
Yeah,
he looks like a shaved ape.
Yeah, he's not a looker. I've seen him in other movies, but
I love that line. Hey, Colonel, blow me.
Blow me.
I mean, he had some really great one-liners in Die Hard, but this is like the scraping the bottom of the barrel when all he can say is blow me.
Yeah.
Hey, blow me.
Yeah. I mean, come on. Couldn't you have put a little more thought into the line? I mean, it's like this stuff is written down. It's not like he's making it up as he goes along, supposedly, anyway.
Well, I sort of did a tribute to that line in a movie I made where I had somebody, I don't know, somebody was yelling at somebody from the bathroom, and the person outside the room just goes, "Blow me."
I love this, the way they set this up. And like, it takes all this, and they have to use a pan on the screen, and that they, in order to recalibrate sea level.
Yeah. Is this the one? Oh, Chief O'Brien from Star Trek: The Next Generation is the pilot on this ship, on this airplane.
It's Cole Meany.
Yeah, Cole Meany, who was in the Stephen Frears movies, and it's a bunch of British people and a little girl with a dolly.
Yeah, here we go. We gotta use the pen to bring it down to lower sea level. Boop. And now we gotta hit that again. Yeah, there you go.
What operating system is that?
Bring that? What? No. The thing came back up again.
What is that, DOS?
And he does that same line twice.
Windsor. Oh, there's Chief O'Brien.
Mm-hmm.
We've been riding on petrol fumes, of course, because we're so British. We're very British, yeah. They even say, like, freshen your drink, Governor. Or, we're just like British Rail, love. We may be late, but we'll get you there. Holy shit, he's gonna crash the motherfucking plane!
What are you gonna do? Whatever I can.
Son of a bitch, Fred. He tries to get out there. This is the hero. This is the American action movie hero. This is what he does. He doesn't give a shit what anybody says. He's going to get out there.
And he's going to try and do everything he can.
As you notice, it's time to start issuing prayers to whatever God you believe in, because we're about to die. Look at all these British people with bad teeth. They're all going to die. That smiling dude back there. Oh, there's the nervous old woman. Yeah, you're going to die. Guy, let me just, Here, take the seatbelt. You're going to die. Bye. Okay. Last praise.
You won't feel a thing.
Really, I really hope they didn't. It's a pretty good effect, too. Good luck, McLean! I love you. I love you too, man. What a hero. What a guy. What a guy.
How does he even know where he's going?
Yeah, I know. There's no markers or anything. You can't see anything. It's all snow. Do you think they could have seen him waving the torches?
I don't know.
Oh, this is when we begin to observe that William Sadler is a psycho.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, I guess maybe that's a semblance of a runway because it looks like it's been recently plowed.
Sort of. These airport thingies, they have lots of runways. How do you know which one?
They can see him out there?
Apparently.
Christ. I don't know. You'd have to have really good eyes, I guess. All of this is happening at night, though. I mean...
Yeah, at night in the snow. How the fuck are you going to see any of this shit?
This reminds me of Airplane, when he's like, 900 feet to 800 feet? What an asshole!
I picked a bad day to stop sniffing glue.
Oh, we should bust out some Airplane jokes. And Leon's getting larger. I want every light you have poured onto that field. And then they take all the lamps and just dump them on the field. Pull up! Jesus Christ! Ah, we're gonna die. Bam. Slam. Oh, this is no good. Bye, Chief O'Brien. We hardly knew ye. We've got you. See? Psycho William Sadler.
Yep.
How's it look on the radar range? It's about 2 more minutes, Chief. Now how do you feel, Dennis?
Yeah. And you doubted McClane, you bastard.
You should never doubt him. He's like the star of the movie. Never doubt the star.
Yeah, and you're just like Dennis Franz. Nobody ever wanted to see your ass in the first place.
You're a character actor.
Yeah.
Nothing more.
I'm coming for you, Carmine.
They make this airport look so damn big. Jeez.
It is big. Fucking Dulles is huge.
I've never been to Dulles. Okay, well, you've been there, right?
Yeah, many times.
Okay, so does this airport look anything like Dulles? This airport that the production
it's hard
designers...
to tell because it's so long ago. Dulles looks different now, but every airport they change them periodically. It's hard to tell.
You got to think though, Dulles it should have high security, right?
And you also see only your part of the airport when you're in the airport. Mm-hmm. You know, I've stayed at Dulles. I've actually been laid over there where I had to where my plane got fucked and I had to stay at a hotel and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But I still didn't see the whole airport, so it's hard to say. You know.
Was it as photogenic
and I wasn't
as
hanging out on the runway, so I didn't see any of this stuff.
You know how they have all the lights and everything? It looks really pretty in the movie. Is it like fluorescent lights and stuff like that?
Yeah. I didn't go to the baggage area and see if there was any steam or colored lights in there, but I bet you there was.
Oh, no, he picked up the doll. Oh, the doll ironically survived. It must be an evil doll.
Oh, God.
I think that's an evil doll, if it could survive that.
Yeah, it's Chucky's little cousin.
Chucky's little cousin. Charlene.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus!
Why doesn't anyone ever listen to McClane?
Why?
Oh, Jesus! Never mind that shit. Here comes Mungo. Oh, Jesus!
This is technically a terrorist attack, right?
One would think, yeah.
Okay. So, can't we declare a state of emergency, get some more funding, get some more guys in there?
After the boss goes and comforts John McClane, he can think about doing stuff like that.
Where are we going anyway? I don't know. She said we're going to go downtown and... Oh, my God! Whose stuff is this? Is that your slur? Wait, is this yours? Shit. Oh,
but again, we have kind of like a thing here where you have McClane getting into a situation where people are acting and behaving suspiciously. So he sticks around, he does a little homework, and then he gets to work. That's sort of what he does.
Man's got to know his limitations.
Except for Die Hard 3, where I don't know why. Jeremy Irons has a hard-on for him because he killed his brother.
Yeah, which is a cool idea.
It is. But we had like Mad Bomber movies. That's why it's going to be fun to talk about Die Hard 3 when we get to it. Because that summer was the summer of Mad Bomber movies. You had Blown Away with Jeff Bridges and Tommy Lee Jones. You had Speed, and you had Die Hard 3.
Yeah. And Speed was the best of the bunch. Good old John McTiernan. No, it's not John McTiernan. That's who directed.
That was Jan de Bont.
Jan de Bont, right? He was the DP of the original Die Hard.
Yeah, what was Jan de Bont doing at this point in his career?
Twister?
No. Twister was a couple of years later. I think he might have still been a DP. Yeah, Jan de Bont was shooting between 1989 and 92. He was shooting Black Rain, The Hunt for Red October, Flatliners, Lethal Weapon 3, Basic Instinct.
Nerd alert!
Beautiful.
And then,
very talented cinematographer.
I guess after he was done, I guess Melanie Griffith drove the nail through his head. And he did Speed the next year. Then he did Twister 2 years later. But it's weird. He shot that, but he also shot Roar with Melanie Griffith, where part of her face came off and part of his scalp came off because of these tigers.
Leopards, and elephants
that they raised themselves.
Yeah, we got to see Roar sometime. That's kind of an exploitation movie.
Then on a ranch,
really?
Los Angeles.
Yeah, basically. Tippi Hedren and her family surrounded by all these tigers they love, causing horrible damage to everybody and tearing Jan de Bont's scalp off.
Wow.
The first day of filming, Noel Marshall was the victim.
That was one of the most
big
dangerous.
lion fight. Full-grown male lions are fighting.
Did you drop
each other.
something?
He runs in to break up the fight.
Yeah.
And then the lion bites him.
It's not dead, is it?
Through the hand.
No,
Through the
no,
hand.
no.
And then if you watch really closely, you can see he goes like this and shakes.
Tell
the
me when
blood
there
off
is
and
something
shakes-
there.
And then
That's what he just
goes
said
in
for
and
you,
breaks
right?
up the fight again.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Melanie Griffith
I thought I
was
might have
attacked
screwed something up.
twice.
This is the scene where Melanie is
Right now, I'm at
on the kitchen floor
102.47.
with Boomer.
I'm at 102.49 right
The
now.
lion grabbed her hair
So
with its
maybe I
teeth
should
and
pause
wouldn't
it for a
let
second.
go.
No.
The
It took
film's
me a second to say.
cinematographer needed
I'm
200
at
stitches
103
in his
right now.
scalp.
There you go. Yeah, 103. I just said what.
Okay. Oh, here
From
comes John
Television
Amos.
City
That's
in
James from Good
Hollywood.
Times.
Oh yeah. It's so strange to see him in this type of role.
Yeah, I know. Especially when he says things like, "We're here to jerk off this cocksucker."
Yeah.
One fucking platoon. This is it. Dang. And he was James on Good Times, and James met with, I guess, a car accident or something
Oh yeah.
on the show, and his character was written out.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know. I gotta find the specifics behind the story here of John Amos. Oh, he's still with us. God bless him. Good times. Good times. Good times.
He probably looks exactly the same.
Well, you know, black don't crack.
Black people are so lucky like that. They just don't age.
Well, he had a little more hair back then. That's about it.
Mm. Tell you, talk about privilege. That's a fucking privilege.
You dare call
Oh, they're gonna come after you with pitchforks, dude. Don't you ever dare. Did you hear this woman absolutely flip out when some woman argued with her that she never had any white privilege because she grew up poor? And this woman was like, I am so offended. I am so passionate about this. I'm literally shaking. We have white privilege.
Fuck that dumb cunt.
You stupid fucking
That was
cunt.
New Brighton, Minnesota mayor. Look it up on YouTube if you're interested. She
Oh,
totally fucking flips out.
I've seen fucking morons.
These are all white
yakking
people,
on
too,
about-
talking.
Yeah,
I
they're
mean.
all white people. They're all rich fucking white people. They think that all white people are just as rich and privileged as they are. Fucking goddamn bunch of losers.
Yeah.
Can't stand them.
Yeah, when I was talking about it, I was homeless for 2 years. I never got anything for being white, and I've had things taken away from me. I mean, it's just...
Yeah, and in fact, almost all of us, like our age and younger, have had things taken away from us or told that we couldn't have them because of the color of our skin.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean that we're bitching about it or upset about it, but don't fucking tell us that we're fucking privileged.
Yeah, I agree. I agree completely. Florida. I'm still looking up to find out what the hell James died of.
Well, when you find out, let me know.
Oh, okay. Oh, I know what it is. Okay. John Amos was pissed off because he hated the character that JJ,
Yeah.
Jimmy Walker played.
JJ. Dynamite!
Because he was like a breakaway star. So he was he made it known that he was dissatisfied with that character. He didn't like that character being, given more exposure on the shows. And he was fired after season 3 due to disagreements with Norman Lear, who, if you look up Norman Lear, were actually one of the more evil people in television.
I'd be surprised if his name came up in some of the. It's been coming up in some rumors.
Well, no, I mean there's a special I did with Gino Cuddy called "The Elephant in the Room" that we did a while back in October, I think, and I talk about the Norman Lear Foundation. The Norman Lear Foundation was put together to censure and rewrite scripts to basically scrub them and make them more PC. And they're working for television production companies even now. Norman Lear was the one who was responsible for changing Republicans by means of turning Archie Bunker into a racist, sexist, homophobe, all that kind of stuff, when it was actually initially Democrats that were like that. He was the one who rewrote the whole book on what Republicans were.
Great.
So, we have him to thank for this kind of rhetoric that's being passed back and forth in the media now.
Oh. God bless them. I don't know. Well, it seems to be blowing up in their face about now, so that's good. Okay. Trump's bringing it to them.
It's pretty bad. It's really
no, it's
bad
pretty terrible. It really
like
is.
I put this thing up just as a joke today on my Facebook page. I said, what did I write here? I just put a picture of a snowflake, and I said first snow of the year, and it's a hashtag, and it says it's okay to be white. Now, because snowflakes are white.
Yeah.
Now, the reason for that is because somebody put a little sign up just as a test, just as an experiment on all these college campuses, just a little
I
plain piece of paper. It says it's okay to be white, and everybody overreacted. They said this is neo-Nazis. They're neo-Nazis. How dare they say it's okay to be white?
Yeah. So you're saying it's not okay to be white?
Yeah. The whole concept, even no one seems to understand that the concept of white privilege is in itself a racist thing, you know?
I know. It amazes me that I think if they fully understand it, like there's a lot of people who don't want to admit it, you know?
Yeah. All right. Now they're calling. Okay, we're back to the movie here. Sorry.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, we've been talking about everything else but the movie while it's been playing.
We've been getting okay, so they're setting up for Esperanza to land on a runway. And here we go. We're cutting to Esperanza's plane right now. And Esperanza's going to kill these guys. Thing looks like a spruce goose. What is that? He's killing this young man here.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I don't think this guy's a hero. I think he's a bad guy.
Yeah, I kind of get that feeling in Mikey might be too.
Oh, there's Marvin.
It's right over here next to my cup of white privilege.
I was just to put a cap just to put a cap on our discussion about that. I say if there's privilege, it's pretty much just American privilege, because there's so much that people can do in this country.
I think that there's American privilege. I think that there's wealth privilege. Like they could be open to anybody. It doesn't matter your skin color. There's
or your sexual orientation or anything. There are countries that you cannot be gay and walk down the street. You cannot be a woman and walk down the street. You cannot be black and walk down the street.
Here, where if you're gay, it benefits you. It's a privilege.
Yes.
Like
yes.
there are all these different things that in different situations can be privileged, or or privileges or not privileges, or give you a leg up. It's just the way the world works.
Yeah, I believe in American privilege. That's really all I believe in. Remember, you have your American exceptionalism, which leads to your American privilege. We have a right. We have a right to be proud of what this country has managed to accomplish. We have a right to be proud of what we can do in this country.
Sure.
And there are many nations you can't do anything. You can't even wear a T-shirt.
That guy in the face in some countries.
In England, you will go to jail in England if you're wearing a certain kind of T-shirt.
Would shoot some guy in the face on an airplane.
All right.
There are some places where it would be against the law for Colonel Stewart to crash that plane of people. Do you want to live in a place like that where there's no freedom?
I certainly do not.
His name was Julio Iglesias.
Cats over here, they're the only ones awake.
I can't speak for the horticulture in the room or anything like that. No, but like I mean I don't want to live there. Bastardo.
There's some places where they don't let you jerk off into the horticulture.
Sea level to minus 200 feet is wrong. I don't want to be right. Okay.
Yes. Exactly. Have you considered running for office? I'm just. You should just give the one-line answer. I've considered it.
I've considered it. I have. Well, I never closed the door on any ideas.
I have another friend named Andrew, who is advancing very far into Oregon state politics. He's already running the Department of Emergency Management. He has weekly meetings with the governor, and he will be president one day, and I will be able to say I'm his friend, and I'll be able to have the place to stay.
Nice. Yeah.
I believe he's a Republican as well.
Really? Congratulations.
He might get a shot, and he's got a gorgeous wife who's a very good friend of mine, and gorgeous children.
Great. Terrific. Good for him.
He was in a couple of my movies back when he was an actor. He was an actor. He's perfect. He's perfect for presidency.
And he's probably like paying you to not show those movies to anybody. So you get any problem.
Well, if he is, I haven't seen one check. He's wonderful. I never had him do anything embarrassing. Unfortunately, I don't have any dirt on him. I can't blackmail him. I can't even do revenge porn on him.
Oh well.
Oh, very quickly, since we're here, we're having a conversation, right?
Yeah, we're having a conversation. Yeah.
Okay. Roy Moore and Al Franken.
Yeah. I don't think either one of them should step down for any of this bullshit. I really don't think Al Franken did anything that was all that bad.
Dude, we're in total agreement. I totally agree with you. I don't think Roy Moore did anything. Also, I think the yearbook story is suspect. I think a lot of this is suspect. And also, Al Franken, he's just a kind of guy. I don't think he's evil. I don't think he's a predator. I don't know that much about Roy Moore, but I don't.
He's like a clowny guy. I don't think he's not
Al Franken,
the type of like Harvey Weinstein. Let me use
no, absolutely not.
How's the show going?
I just don't believe that. I don't like Al Franken. I don't agree with anything Al Franken believes in.
Well, he's a junior senator.
And frankly, I don't think he's going to resign. I think it's bullshit. I think it's all a game that he's playing.
Is he waiting for this to blow over until the Alabama general election?
Roy Moore to get elected, which is going to happen, and then he's going to say, "Well, if Roy Moore could do it, fuck that, I'm not resigning."
Yeah, but is it possible? Is it possible that Franken's?
It's bullshit.
Well, is it possible that Franken is like some kind of sacrificial lamb they're setting up by the Democrat Party setting up so they can look like they're hard on their people?
Yeah, but there's so many more of their people coming. I mean, there's more Republicans too. Nobody, no side has a monopoly on bad behavior.
Yeah, that's true.
You know. But Roy Moore is a very big, controversial political figure in the state of Alabama, and has been for 25 years. Like, if there was really a whole lot of stuff about him, it would have been known already.
Plus, when he did what he did, he was a Democrat.
Well, that's the Rush Limbaugh line. But like, really, I mean, like, he's been.
Well, it just shows that both sides are just capable of anything.
Well, yeah.
But I don't think the thing is. I believe him to be a Southern gentleman. I just sort of see it that way because a lot of people like to make fun of people from the South. And I think I grew up in the South. I have family in the South. We were raised to be gentlemen. That's the thing about us. That's why we don't go around grabbing people's asses, groping, and masturbating in front of them or forcing them to watch us masturbate.
Well, yeah. And also, like, we have maybe some. I mean, I was raised in Manhattan, but like maybe I have some, I don't know, some self-respect and shame. I don't know. Like, I don't. Like, I mean, the idea of.
He says something.
Yes.
Not yet. Huh?
Sorry.
Oh, is that Heather? Say hi for me.
No, it wasn't Heather. It was Jack.
Say hi for me.
Will do. Hold on, I gotta close the door.
Yeah, shoot him.
Sorry about that.
It's all right. We're coming up to our penultimate scene here.
Oh.
The penultimate scene with the grenades. I love the way, at least.
Penultimate scene. I mean, it's just
I'll give Bruce Willis this. He knows how to shoot a gun. Bruce Willis knows how to shoot a gun.
He does. I've seen him.
He actually fires it. He has his palm on the base, and he's aiming it, and he's using just enough tension to be able to fire the gun believably.
Beautiful.
Unlike Brad Pitt, who doesn't seem to know how to fire a gun in any movie he's ever in. He's always firing it with his hand cocked, like he's going to get a shot.
He's a pussy.
Back off, man. I'm a scientist.
Oh, here we go. How many grenades do we got? Use them! Consider it a military training. And so he straps himself in. And again, another improbable shot. All right, so here we go. We're going to start tossing grenades in. That should start going off, like, in how many seconds? See, I mean, like, grenades, aren't they wired to go off, like, in 3 seconds after you throw them? After you pull the pin?
That I don't know. I think you have some amount of time, but...
What are these, time-release grenades? All right. And now he's going to do this, and here we go. Slam. It's kind of a process shot.
Terrible.
Oh, shit. I like that. That's really good. And then somebody, I guess they overdub somebody's dialogue, and you hear somebody say, "You lucky fuck." They're getting really close. I mean, how come they don't pursue these guys?
You got me.
Wait a minute. They were really close, and then we cut to another shot, and they're far away again. Continuity.
Yeah.
What was that, $70 million?
It would have been 72 if they hired the continuity person. Couldn't afford it.
Yeah, that broke the bank.
Joel Silver wasn't going to upload. He wasn't going to come up with that kind of cash. Not going to happen.
Oh, again, this is Joel Silver, right? Producing.
Isn't it? Is it Silver and Gordon together on this one?
Yeah,
right?
Gordon, Charles Gordon, Lawrence Gordon, Joel Silver.
Yeah.
All producing music by Michael Kamen, of course.
Oh yeah. Well, Michael Kamen was doing all the action movies around that time. Die Hard, Lethal Weapon, all of it.
Stuart Baird
editing. Stuart Baird's an excellent editor. He did a shit job on this one. Did he really do this?
Yeah, he edited this with another guy.
Must be because fucking Renny Harlin gave him shite to work with.
Well, Stuart Baird would go on to direct Executive Decision with Kurt Russell.
Right.
And U.S. Marshals, the sequel to The Fugitive with Tommy Lee. And Star Trek Nemesis.
Right.
And he has a lot of credits. He edited, among others, he edited Superman, the original.
Right.
He edited Tommy, Outland with Sean Connery, a movie I really like.
He worked a lot with Richard Donner. So.
And yeah, he also edited Revolution, which is a terrible movie. He edited Lady Hawk, another movie I like. He edited Lethal Weapon, Gorillas in the Mist, Tango and Cash, Lethal Weapon 2, Die Hard 2, The Last Boy Scout, Radio Flyer, Demolition Man, Maverick.
Right.
And he co-edited the movies he directed. And he edited the Richard Donner cut of Superman 2.
Right.
He edited Casino Royale, the new James Bond movie.
Mm-hmm.
And he's working on... They're apparently making another movie of Tomb Raider for some reason. I can't imagine
God, why.
I don't know. I don't know. It's... Yeah, but yeah, most of it... Oh, he did The Omen, too. I forgot about that.
Okay.
So, yeah, he's definitely Donner's go-to guy for editing.
Yeah.
And the cinematography for Die Hard 2 was photographed by Oliver Wood.
Uh-huh.
Who, we're going to jerk off that cocksucker. He worked with...
Jerk off that cocksucker.
Well, this guy, Oliver Wood, also...
Kevin Spacey's not even in this movie.
He might have a cameo. Maybe a little walk. You stupid fucking cunt. He also shot Ford Fairlane for Renny Harlin that year as well.
Right.
And he did Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey with William Sadler, of course, playing Death. And Rudy, Terminal Velocity, Mr. Holland's Opus, Cutthroat Island for Renny Harlin, Face Off for John Woo. I'm going to take his face off.
Take his face off and put it on Nicolas Cage.
I'm gonna put it on my face because I'm Nicolas Cage. So 2 Days in the Valley, The Adventures of Pluto Nash, that brilliant movie with Eddie Murphy.
I actually like that.
Really? Oh my
did.
lord! And you didn't like To the Limit. You like Pluto Nash, but you don't like To the Limit. All right.
Wait, that movie with what's her name? Oh God, no.
Anna.
I don't care.
Anna.
Yeah, no. I'll take Pluto Nash every day of the week and twice on Sunday. Thank you.
And okay, he also shot The Bourne Identity, National Security, Scooby-Doo 2, Monsters Unleashed. How about that? The Bourne Supremacy, Talladega Nights, The Bourne Ultimatum, The Bourne Redundancy.
His career is boring me.
Stop making the Bourne movies. I think he made that. Jack Reacher, Never Go Back. I have no idea what that is. Some kind of a franchise with Tom Cruise that didn't make any money.
Yeah, the first one was all right. The second one really wasn't very good.
Oh, Bonnie Bedelia's got an idea. And we're going back. Here's Leslie again in the map.
Got all these pieces of plastic bag all over the car.
Is that what that is?
Yeah, that's what they use, isn't it?
I don't know. Some of it looks real and some of it looks fake, you know?
Yeah, so that shit on the car looks real, but some of that stuff in the previous scene was definitely fake.
Like soap chips, maybe?
Maybe.
And somebody spilled some Tide. He's so observant, too. This is just...
He is. He's like nobody else could have seen that church.
Ooh, I love the next bit. I love the next bit. Do you remember what happens?
No.
It's death by icicle.
Oh, right. Yes.
This is fucking awesome because not only does he plunge the icicle in, he breaks it off.
Yeah, in his eye. Yeah.
Oh, I love when people die in weird ways in movies. I just love it.
Yeah.
It's kind of like you ever watch the Final Destination movies? It's you don't really give a rat's ass about the story. You're just waiting to see how these people are going to die. And they always wind up dying in the stupidest ways. Oh, here we go. Now, I need to check this scene very carefully because I got to figure out how the hell they get over to the icicles.
Good old Michael Kamen. He was awesome.
Okay, now he's writing this down. How does Amos know to pick this up right away? This is horse shit. Unless Amos is we don't have a positive ID. He's saying all this shit because he knows they were going to come up to this eventually.
He's working with Stewart.
Yes, but this is kind of a tell here.
Yeah.
Okay, so how is Bruce going to reach the... Hey, there's Leguizamo again.
Yeah.
John Leguizamo. All right. Oh. The communications guy is not in on it, and he's going to die. They're going to cut his throat.
John Anus is in on it.
John Anus. Did you say anus or Amos?
Anus.
See, look, they got the blue.
Are you calling me an asshole? I'm calling you an anus, but if you prefer. Come on, that's Adventures of Ford Fairlane. That's Renny Harlin.
Okay. All right, there's some icicles. Okay, we have the icicles.
There's icicles. I see icicles. There's also some wood for the fire there, some chopped wood.
Oh, here we go. It's going to happen. This is really brilliant, actually, when you think about it.
It is.
Could it be this cold? Could it be this? I mean, when we lived up in Brewster, it got so cold. You saw enormous icicles on our roof. Oh, here we go. Ah! Ooh! Yeah. All right. He's dead. I can't look at it. And now here's the second bullshit part where your guns have the magazines, and the magazines all have blue tape around them to indicate that they're blanks.
Right.
He's like, wait a minute. Why did they put blue tape on these things? Oh, and there he goes. And this is when we're going to find it. Well, we're not going to find it out yet. This is all going to be like a theater. It's all pageant. And then he says, Lorenzo, shut the fuck up. You can't talk to me like that. Oh, no, Carmine? Get out of here. No, I'm your kind of asshole. I wouldn't trust or love. He deliberately hit the tripwire. And look, they're going to switch. I mean, like, you'd have to be a moron not to see that this is all just an inside job.
Yeah.
They're about to switch their ammo for the fake ammo. Leguizamo. I'm surprised. I never noticed John Leguizamo before in this movie.
Yeah.
See, this is all bullshit. This is all just theater. They're going to blow up this whole thing. I mean, you shouldn't blow up a church anyway.
No, it's kind of messed up.
Yeah, nobody steps on the church.
The flowers are still standing over there. We came, we saw, we kicked its ass.
Okay. I'm going to compare with Die Hard. Die Hard's budget was $28 million, and it made back $140 million.
Right.
Die Hard 2's budget was $70 million, more than twice the budget, but it made back $240 million. So but it is possible also that Die Hard was untested ground. They probably didn't release it in as many theaters. And then when it became like a real viable product, economically viable for Von D. Curtis Hall.
Like Von D. Curtis, yeah.
Then they probably put it in more theaters. So it wound up becoming a huge hit.
Yeah.
It says here it had a wide release in 2,507 theaters. So it was one of the most profitable Christmas films ever released. More than doubling its the money made from Die Hard. Roger Ebert, for some reason, didn't like the first Die Hard movie, but he loved
Roger Ebert was
this
a
one.
fickle fucker. I used to have such respect for him, and then he just lost it over the years.
Well, I don't know, Roger. You know the thing, when you agree with Roger Ebert, he hits all the points that you agree with. But when you disagree with him, he hits all the points that you disagree with. So
he reached a point where I just stopped agreeing with him entirely. Like even on, I just totally. Like we used to be in sync, and then we were just out of sync. You know, I don't know.
I would be lying if I said that Roger Ebert did not have a profound effect on my knowledge of making films. I would be lying because I learned a lot about.
I would too, but Joe Bob Briggs did too. So. Well,
Joe Bob Briggs, Joe Bob Briggs would give a lot of other movies a chance than Roger Ebert would. Ebert's kind of we do a podcast called David and Siskel and Ebert.
Yeah.
David and Gene Roger, and we talk about they get a lot of times it's not as though they get them wrong. It's just that now we're kind of living in a new era of everybody's a fucking film critic. It just seems like everybody. I mean, we are. We talk about movies all the time on our podcast. We talk about, and we'll have greatly differing opinions on shit.
Yeah.
But I'm the kind of guy who loves a bad movie. I love a bad movie. Sometimes it's a lot of fun.
It was a great book that I used to wear out, and I used to have to buy new copies of because I kept wearing it out. The Phantom of the Movies movie guidebook.
Phantom of the Movies.
Yeah.
I'm going to check that out. Phantom of the Movies. Look. Is it Videoscope?
Let me find it.
How do I manage to misspell shit? I don't understand. Phantom of the Movie.
Phantom of the Movie's video scope. That sounds about right. No.
The Ultimate Guide to the Latest, Greatest, and Weirdest. Written by Joe Kane.
It doesn't look like the right cover. That's from 2000 anyway. Hold on. Let me find it. Hold on. We're missing the movie.
What's happening here? Oh, big explosion. McClane is going up to the machine gun, and he's discovering
and it's got blanks.
He's discovering it's got blanks. It was all a ruse. It was a production. It was a performance.
Not okay!
And this is kind of an unbelievable scene coming up where he walks into Dennis Fran's office and fires the gun at him.
Fires the gun, yeah.
And Franz is at his wit's end with McClane. He's like, you know what? You're under arrest.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck. 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 Oh, fuck. Shit. Tony, do me a favor, will you please? Will you do me a kindness?
He's an actor.
Yeah.
I think I want to be walking in and out if you're going to fuck up and I got to come back.
I don't make any difference to me at this juncture. Thank you very much. I appreciate that, Tony. Don't slam the fucking door. No more. Listen, I've got to give a clue here now. I don't want any more bullshit anytime during the day from anyone. That includes me. It's going to be very hot. It's going to be very uncomfortable for everybody. Want anybody yelling? We get anybody yelling around here anymore today, and then the shit is going to hit the fan.
Oh, here's William Atherton. Okay, this is the B plot or the C plot. I'm not really sure. But again, it's William Atherton trying to be a star.
Yeah.
On his network. And he's creating a panic situation. Which, given how the media works these days, this is not anything unusual.
Yeah.
I don't know why I'm singing that song.
Sing the praises of pants. They help me suck in my gut. They always cover up my butt.
This guy's about to die.
Pants.
We wouldn't have to do this. Boy, that's pretty gross.
That's pretty, yeah, a little.
Boy, you know,
much.
In the high def, that's pretty grisly looking.
It is.
And he's chewing gum. You're a cold motherfucker. Oh, Jesus. It's been a crappy day for him. All right. Did you find that Phantom of the Movies book yet?
I guess it's the video scope book, but I'm just looking at the one I had at an older cover. Like
well, yeah. Cover. They probably changed the cover.
Yeah.
Well, they've got it at Amazon.
Amazon for $21.50.
Yeah. $21.50. I don't know. I'll give it a shot.
Yeah, I might give it a shot too.
What do you think? What was in the? What was
it's
in the...
Christmas though. I'm buying a whole bunch of shit for everybody.
What was the? What did you learn from the book? What was it?
Oh, a ton. I mean, it's great. It's just movie reviews. It's kind of like Roger Ebert's book, but the reviews are a little shorter. There are more of them in the book, and it's mostly B and C and all the way down to grade Z movies.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so there's some shit you've never heard of that you'll read of in there.
Well, it was the last publication of it was October of 2000. I wonder if I'm in this book.
I wonder. You could be.
I don't know. The name seems familiar. Fan of the movies. I know I made the Telltale Heart that got some good reviews from different places.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. Something weird about the lighting in this scene.
It's way too bright.
It looks too bright. It doesn't look consistent with the lighting in the other scenes. You know what? It looks like it's different film stock. It looks like it's a higher grain film stock they were using in this one shot.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like either that or a low film stock that's been pushed. It looks a little. It seems a little grainy. It seems a little too sharp. All right, see, now that shot. Okay, now we're back to the regular film stock. See, that looks different. Damn you, Atherton. Your own life is in danger, for Christ's sake. I saw running Japanese people. It would be so funny if we heard a Godzilla sound effect. Gojira! Gojira! Let's get the fuck out of here. Well, why not? Just get them the fuck out of here. Leave. Go ahead. Less people to worry about. Shit. They should have done this hours ago. I don't know why they didn't.
Yeah, right?
Excuse me. Dick. Is that your name? Dick. How come those headphones look like, what do they call them in?
I don't know. Well, that's what those used to look like
hospitals.
back in the day.
You know, in hospitals, they listen for...
Oh, like a stethoscope?
Stethoscope,
yeah,
there you
that's
go.
the way they used to be. I remember those. I remember them when they were like that.
Were they in stereo?
That I don't remember. Probably not.
Merry Christmas. Goodwill toward men. Peace on earth. Happy Hanukkah. Happy Kwanzaa. Happy Ramadan. These people are so incompetent, it's not even funny. Oh, he's about to get tased. Or stunned, anyway. Not really a taser, it's just a stun gun. Ah! Dick. Doesn't he have a case against the airline for that?
I don't know, probably.
This woman came in. I was in the bathroom. She stuns me. And then the stewardess just shuts the door. She doesn't make sure I'm in my seat. I mean, if you want to take it to the nth degree, him being a douche and all.
Oh, well, yeah. That's a big motherfucking plane.
Jesus Christ. They really need a plane that big?
You know, they don't really have that many guys, do they?
Yeah, they could get into a, you know, a Cessna or something. This is weird. I never noticed this. The movie keeps going. The scenes keep changing in the lighting and even in the film stock. It's weird. Maybe they had to make it bright because, you know, John Amos is a chocolate god. Tends to be a little bit harder to light. That's just from a cinematographer standpoint. It's a nice commercial for that plane.
Temporary layoffs. Good times. Easy credit rip-offs. Good times. Scratching and surviving.
We're almost there. We're getting there. We're getting towards the end.
You wishing for the end?
Yeah, this is a long. I think this is longer than the first time.
I think it is. Yeah.
Check. Now I've got the ET song in my head.
Oh, that's weird.
No, actually, this is strangely enough the first Die Hard movie is longer than this one.
Really?
132 minutes. And Die Hard 2 clocks in, of course, at 123 minutes. Hey, I thought you were a crazy cowboy helicopter pilot. Now you're just a little fag. I'm not playing chicken with a 300-ton plane.
You tell me, what is the issue?
He's a fag.
All right, they're going to have to land.
I just want to tell you both good luck. We're all counting on you.
I remember Airplane, assume crash positions, and they all get out of their chairs and go, ah!
Yeah.
Can you fly this plane and land it? Surely you can't be serious.
I am serious. And don't call me Shirley.
One of my favorite things, a scene that makes no sense. There's a shot in Airplane that makes no sense. When the plane is rocking back and forth violently, we cut to Leslie Nielsen. And Leslie Nielsen is holding a pair of scissors in his hand, and he's between a woman's spread legs. And he says, "What the hell's going on over there?"
You must trust me when I say it's very likely that we're all going to die.
Great non sequitur stuff in there. He asks Julie Haggerty, he says, what did the passengers have for dinner tonight? And she says, we had a choice, steak or fish. And he says, yes, I remember I had lasagna. It's good to throw in a couple of Airplane jokes.
Yeah, sure.
Why not? All right. Here we go with some more implausibility. He actually says, finally, finally he comes to his senses and says, John, what the fuck are you doing on the wing of this plane?
Yeah, really.
Whoa. All right. Niet? What did he say? Did he say niet or merd?
Sounds like niet.
Niet.
I just want to tell you both good luck. We're all counting on you.
This guy's worse than the Energizer Bunny.
Hey, this is fun, isn't it? We're gonna die, aren't we?
You should never wear white, especially after Labor Day.
Yeah.
So his little coat can just jam up their jet turbines?
I guess so.
That's weird, you would think.
Is he hiding above the door, Jackie Chan style? I forget.
Oh, yes, apparently so.
They don't even show us where he was hiding. That's a good old Renny Harlin. He doesn't give a fuck.
Yeah,
he was hiding somewhere.
Let's be real here for a second. I think John Amos could not only defeat Bruce Willis but tear him in pieces. And Bruce Willis, I mean, he's got a good 75 pounds on Bruce Willis, and he's a taller guy.
Yeah.
Just on law of averages, I'm going to put Amos. Hey, that's a stunt double. That was so obviously a stunt double right there.
I'm used to it.
Oh, he's going to pull a Shatner. I have had enough of you! He's about to get you! And how does he just get sucked into it? Okay. And now he's going to take the fuel out.
Because we can do that.
Apparently. He doesn't even need a key or anything?
No, just dump the fuel from the fuel dump switch.
Geez, even your car has a key on it. Has the key on the thing, right? Yeah. So that people can't just empty your fuel.
Right.
Oh, he's biting. Oh, and he's... Oh.
Ow, 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 ow.
See, that fucking really hurts.
That's not fair. You're not fighting fair.
Forget the ice pick to the eye. That hurts. There's a really great, funny line. It's just funny. I find it funny. I always laugh when he kicks McClane off the plane.
Yeah.
We'll see it in a second. Also, Sadler pretty much kick his ass, you know. But he kind of does here. Whoa. This guy's a martial arts dick. And your little dog, too.
Where's your Messiah now?
And he says, "Happy landings, asshole." That's one of my favorite bits. Happy landings, asshole. I don't think that's jet fuel. I think that's Sprite. Looks like Sprite. All right, now let's get out of here. Okay, the plan's changed a little bit. He's not noticing all the fuel. All right, and now we're going to our ultimate die-hard line, the one he manages to work into every movie.
Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker.
How did you say it? Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker.
Motherfucker.
Bam. This is for Hans Gruber. Look, they're all lighting up cigarettes. Yeah. Lighting up cigars. We're going to be kicking it in the Bahamas. And nope. Sorry. Yep. That's
going to be sitting on a beach earning 20%.
20%.
Not today.
Jesus Christ. See, that's the digitally rendered explosion that they did.
Really?
And there's going to be this enormous pullback wide shot. And it was all done with computers. And it was apparently very expensive. There's your fucking landing lights.
I just want to tell you both good luck. We're all counting on you.
She's a Catholic, apparently. Well, Holly Gennaro, I guess. It's Italiano. See, that's a digital shot there.
Okay.
And you can see that it doesn't quite match. But that's how visual effects were back then. They were just, they were just in their infancy. They've really done incredible things with movies, but they're really not that exciting anymore, movies, to watch them.
They've lost their way now.
It's like I said before, I was talking about walking away from explosions. Like Hugh Jackman in Logan is walking away from an explosion. His hair doesn't even move.
Yeah.
Nothing. He's just walking away from a green screen shot. Whereas like Burt Reynolds in Malone, he was right there. You could see that he was right there for that explosion.
Right.
And because he reacts to it. And like we watched Wonder Woman, and it's all these slow motion roundhouse kicks and just impossible stuff.
Was I the only one? Like of all of my family, Heather and Jack also agreed with me that it was boring, and it wasn't like we didn't sit through it because it was lame.
Well,
Wonder Woman.
We paid for the tickets, so you
Oh,
couldn't walk out. And also, I mean, like Regan liked it. The thing about it, okay, Regan and Bronwyn didn't. They thought it was entertaining. They enjoyed it, but they didn't think it was anything great.
Right.
So they weren't exactly, bowled over by it.
Gotcha.
But it was like, but that's sort of the reaction you get in movies now, no matter what is being accomplished in the movies. There's so many people that say that you never get any consensus on anything. Not everybody doesn't think everything is brilliant and wonderful. You'll find. Like Justice League came out recently. Like mostly, I'm hearing bad reviews of it. I'm hearing terrible things.
Well, did you see the trailer? It looked fucking horrible.
It did. I mean, it was like slow and I'm not really into comic books. I'm not into comic book movies.
I've had it with the comic books. Even the things that I want to see comic book wise, I don't want to see anymore. No more fucking comic books.
Yeah, I agree. But unfortunately, they just keep rolling them out. They're digging up all kinds of things that they can make for
Yeah, I know.
But they're spending $300 million on these movies. I mean, it's just...
and they suck, and nobody goes to see them. This year has been the biggest disaster year of the box office in history.
Yeah. I mean, it's been a loss, and you know what? You get a surprise hit with it. It costs $35 million and has made almost $800 million at the box office all over the world. I mean, it's like a surprise hit because no one expected it to generate that kind of money.
And I saw it, and I still would rather watch Stranger Things than that.
Well, how was it, that movie? I mean,
it was mediocre.
How was it as a movie?
It was mediocre. It was okay. I mean, it wasn't bad. It just wasn't very good either.
But even with the lowered standard, is it better than, say, most horror films being made today, I guess?
Actually, I in my opinion, horror is where there's actually some some creativity still left. So I would say no. It's kind of middle of the road for the horror movies. I would rather see something from James Wan or something like that.
Well, what's interesting is that this movie, I mean, like it didn't really get much promotion. It was just sort of I didn't see one ad for it on television. Maybe you did. I don't know.
It got a lot of promotion here. I don't watch ads on television, so I don't know.
I have
TV
not.
TV ads are passe, man. Nobody fucking watches that shit.
Even for the new Star Wars movie coming out, I'm not seeing that much promotion. I don't think they're putting that much money in the promotion anymore.
I don't know. I think they promote in different ways because it's pointless to do TV ads. TV ads are only watched by old people who don't go to the movies.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's what I'm saying. This is the time to get out there. If you have something original that you can offer Hollywood, they're going to take your movie, so long as you don't have any sexual harassment allegations against you.
Fuck Hollywood.
Fuck Hollywood.
Fuck you. Yeah, that's my message for you.
Hey,
Fuck
there's
you
Marvin.
and kiss my ass.
Right.
Hey.
They're going to go home and fuck like rabbits. They're going to play the drums like two jackrabbits fucking. It's one of my favorite things. Two jackrabbits apparently fucking play drums. I don't know. Hey, what about the car? Can we get the car? Don't tear up the ticket because it shows where it's been impounded. And you don't get to have your car.
Christmas.
All right.
Can you give me the car back?
Yeah, there's no car. He needs his car.
Where's the car? It's still in the impound.
And they don't know where it is.
Yeah, right.
All right, and this is how the first Die Hard movie ended, directed by Renny Harlin. With
the first was not directed by Renny Harlin. This was directed by Renny Harlin.
Well, no, it's the credits.
Yeah. Screenplay by two guys who should be more embarrassed than that.
So we have Let It Snow being played, like the original Die Hard ended.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a fun movie, okay? It's a fun movie. It makes very little sense.
Yeah.
It's not, it's, I mean, it's like the kind of stuff like if you look away, you're not going to miss anything accidentally.
That's true. It's not like you're not going to be able to pick up the plot after you go to the bathroom.
Because there's very little, even with the two credited screenwriters. and a novel as a source material, it should be a lot easier to follow than this.
Agreed.
Franco Nero, that was the dude.
Franco Nero. Yeah,
we saw him
he was in some AIP shit that we did.
Right. Let me look him up very quickly here. Franco Nero.
He was in Deadly Prey. Signs are stopping. Some gold we're popping.
Snow, let it snow. Franco Nero was in a lot of low-budget action movies, yeah.
Yeah. But he was in Deadly Prey.
Yeah, I believe he was. He's been in a few things. He's been in... recently, he was in a John Wick movie. He was in Django Unchained.
Right.
Wow, he has a crazy career. Going back to Lucio Fulci movies, horror movies he made.
Yeah, he's been all like spaghetti horror and spaghetti westerns and shit. Wow.
How about that? He was Esperanza.
Yeah, he was.
Oh.
All the way home I'll be home.
Suzanne Todd would
Todd. Well, she
would go on to form that production company with.
She was producing with
Demi Moore.
David Willis at the time, but yeah, she went on to do. I forget the name of the company that she did.
It was a production company with Jennifer Todd, her sister, and Demi Moore, and they produced the Austin Powers movies, I believe. And
okay.
I think also I'm not sure what else they produced, but. All right. Well, we're gonna wrap this up. We'll finish it up.
I think she and David Willis were an item for a while.
David Willis,
Bruce's brother, younger brother.
Oh, that's not his. That's not the brother that looks like him that they used as a
David.
stand-in.
David looks pretty close, but I don't think. No, he doesn't. He's not a stunt double.
Bruce Willis has a brother that has his same height and build. I guess Bruce gives him a job every now and then to stand in for him for lighting.
Just gives everybody jobs in the family.
I guess. So this has been Die Hard 2, and this has been Extreme Cinema, and everybody have a Merry Christmas. Have a Merry Christmas, Andrew.
Merry Christmas, everybody. Merry Christmas, Dave.
Merry Christmas to you and yours and your family.
Same to you.
And
right back at you.
Can you spill on what you got? Some of your family members.
Huh?
What did you get for? What do you want for Christmas?
Me? What do I want for Christmas?
Other than world peace.
I want a really nice barbecue grill that I'm not going to get because it's too expensive. Nobody's going to give it to me. That's the only thing I really want.
Is it like an actual barbecue grill or one of those electric grills or propane?
No, it's a charcoal grill.
And it's really expensive?
Yeah, it's a Kamado grill.
Huh. How do you spell that?
It's Kamado. It's like a big green egg, but the same type of thing as a big green egg.
Kamado grill. Let's see. Which one do you want? The $400 one?
The Kamado Joe Big Joe is the one I want, and it's best price I can find on is $1,500.
Jesus Christ, for a charcoal grill?
They're fucking awesome. They seriously are awesome.
Well, this one is $2,000 at Ace Hardware.
Yeah, I know.
Well, I'll call my accountant and see what I can do.
Oh, okay,
thanks. He's Jewish. He should be able to get you some money.
Yeah, they're good like that.
You dare call me
okay,
racist?
The terrorists: Tony Ganios, Peter Nelson, Robert Patrick, Michael Cunningham, John Leguizamo, Tom Verica, John Costello, Vondi Curtis Hall, Mark Boone Jr., Ken Baldwin, the Blue Light Team, whatever that is. A lot of people worked on this, huh?
Yeah, there's a whole lot of people over there.
Cole Meany. He's actually a very nice man.
Hallelujah!
So
Holy shit! Where's the Tylenol?
So next time we are going to be talking about the Disaster Artist. That's the next scheduled episode.
All right.
We'll be talking about the Room, the movie by Tommy Wiseau. And
you got to tear me apart, Lisa!
Greg Sestero, and the movie, which Andrew just saw tonight.
I did.
And he'll be able to share his insights. And after that, what are we doing? We're going to do the... well, I don't
know what we have up next.
I don't know. We were going to talk about Death Wish. You also mentioned somebody that Joseph Rubin. We were going to talk about Joseph Rubin at some point in the future.
Yeah. We have Frankenheimer and Friedkin that we were going to do.
No, we already did Friedkin, dude.
Oh, we did Friedkin. We have Frankenheimer, right?
I did not hit her. It's not true. It's bullshit. I did not hit her. I did not. Oh, hi, Mark.
So that'll about do it for us. We got about 30 seconds left in the credits here.
All right.
And we got to let this play all the way to the end. Filmed in Panavision, color by Deluxe.
I shut mine off, so I'll take your word for it.
Right. So, everybody, I hope you had a good time listening. Again, continue to view.
I hope you had a good time listening to our white privilege.
Jesus Christ, we got all political, didn't we? All right, once again, from Extreme Cinema, for Angela Gank, I'm David Lawler, wishing you a Merry Christmas, and keep watching the skies.
Merry Christmas, and thank you for listening.
Good night.
Good night.
All right. That is it.
We are a wrap. It's 2:30 in the morning. Fuck me.
I still have to clean the kitchen.
Me, Bruce.
You have been listening to Extreme Cinema with Andrew Legang and David Lawler.